And we are streaming. So, I'm just going to play some random games on Tenhou in the main effort to increase my ranking on Tenhou. Yeah, pretty much it. Let's go. I have plenty of time available, so this won't be the only time I stream it this week, or probably next week as well, as by my post earlier, but hey, we'll see what we can do. You never know, we might even make some progress. So we have 4 pairs in our opening hand, no bonus pairs. We are, of course, the dealer, which does add a layer to this as well, but we'll see. East is also the door for this round. So ideally, I'd be looking to draw the 5, then drop a dragon, I guess. Let's drop a dragon anyway. I want to keep the red 5 just because it's a risky one. We do not want the Souths. Not interested in those in the slightest. One dot, there's nothing. Oh, there. Triplet of 6s on the 4. Okay. It's progression. It's not great progression, though, admittingly. We got triplet run. Need something off of this 5, and then we got to risk the 4 dot. We have 2 Souths which we can throw for safety, or if we just want to pass a couple of turns and see what we can get. Which I'm thinking is about now. We can always cut the 6s for safety. We can always cut the 6-man for the pair if we need it. For the moment. Largely because, as I mentioned before, there's a higher caliber of opponents, and I'm looking to improve, and the only way to do that is to play better players. Unfortunately, this hand is looking a bit too awkward to finish. Still, early days, first hand of the first game I've come back to, so we'll see. Ultimately, Tenhou is a don't finish last format. As long as I don't finish last, I won't lose any ranking points. So the worst thing is a big sumo right now. That, however, was a small sumo. We will absolutely take that as a dealer turn. A small deficit is nothing at this stage. Okay. Dorasha in our opening hand. And he's passed. Other than that, we're not looking at anything too brilliant here. I mean, that's useful, certainly. 5-weight run. We need to clean up the honor tiles and then see where we actually are. Gonna follow up the 6 here. We have 3 as our middle tile, and since we got a marginal benefit of having the 1 free, we'll go that side. 1 does nothing for us. 4th turn green. And again, green is given. Downside is I'm going to have to use the Shah as a pair at this point. See, that's fine. And since we're committing to sharp air, we'll have to get rid of other things. Alright, risk the 3 dot. Okay. Not approving that from the dealer, but
okay.
Has given Shah safe here. My options are not great, I've got to be honest. Pinfu is still best, and that requires me to draw the 2. 5 we're only playing because we know it's safe. Yeah, the options are basically wait for this 2-so. If I never get the 2-so, we don't advance this hand. This is a fold. Especially against 2 cards. This is a lot of nonsense going on right now. So we're going to stay out of this. 4-so would be okay. 1 we know passes. But 2 would have given us the Pinfu a couple of turns ago. at this stage, I can't do too much here. I want to stay out of the mess that is potentially going on. I mean, we're not seeing any obvious mass Dora here, but the fact is there's 12 of them on the board right now. So we're going to let them clash into each other here.
Chi.
Wasn't a definite, but it was just played, so it's most likely useful. I'm just going to use the time up here. So we see 5 for 5. So you see all the 5s. See where most of the 2s and 1s are. I think the 3's safe, but we know the 2 is. So that was more taking our time turn, just seeing what else we got. We've got 7 dot for the time being. And I'll have to discard at least 1 more, so it's looking like 3 so unless something more obvious comes on. 6 dot. Yeah, so that went a little nutty. What do we got here? Again, not an amazing hand. There's shades of Honitsu here, but I don't have a bonus pair to rely on in case that doesn't work. So we'll give it some time, see what happens. Okay. Honitsu is now a bit more likely. We may risk the red 5 next turn. A couple of early dot tiles from player to our right, so it's unlikely they can call that 5, or if they could, it's at the higher end. Either way, Honitsu's on. Or we can just take a quick win here.
Sumo.
Okay, dealer takes a quicker win. Not much we can do there. Somebody else had the speed on us. There's options with this hand. We see 1 north, we might as well play the R1. Hatsu doesn't do much. Hello there.
Home.
The important thing, we're not panicking here. We're in East 2. We haven't actually dealt in at this point. Okay. Is 7 pairs worth consideration here? I'm going to play that way round because it's the more dodgy tile. Also, we're far closer to Chanter than we are to Tenhou. Not that I think either of them is really an option from here, although that has helped. So...
Home.
Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I mean, that forced me into Ipeiko only, which isn't good. And against 2 cores, I've got to be on the defensive here. 3 souths played in a row. Also just realised. Oh, dear. That gives us 1 safe tile. 2 safe tiles if we need them against that hand. So we're going to use them up. Outside chance of Ryan Peiko. Also, no free so safe. 3-3. Yeah, why not? Let's risk it. We see the 4s for the most part. I mean, there's definite options with where this is going right now. If it's a toy, we can't really throw the free, but equally, this has potential for something quite ridiculous here. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking here. It's not...
Dong.
No, deal in anyway. It was getting a little silly. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. We are now, however, not last, which is important for ranking at the end of this. We have one door in hand, but it's not our bonus tile anymore, and a quick attack from the leader. Hi, Ewan. How are we doing? So here, this hand needs a lot of help. We have loads of closed weights we need to fill in order to get this anywhere. But hopefully if we fill in the 8 side of it, that'll be more useful. Well, we can just keep getting pairs. Alright, turn 4. Last bonus tile risked. I mean, it's a higher class of opponent, generally speaking. At least they're on Soul. And besides, it's been a while since I've actually played on this. Let's see. It's looking a lot better than it did a few turns ago, certainly. Hatsu's not been played. We'll hold off for a moment. Well, it passed. Tenhou, upper end. Oh, I wish I hadn't thrown that now. 2 dots should be okay. They haven't played any dot tiles, but we see a couple of low dots on the other end, so we're assuming that's fine. Yeah, we're calling for Tenpai. If we can have a win, it's unlikely here, but there's a chance somebody will play a 5-so against us with this. With a couple of them gone early. And it's usually a good idea to call for Tenpai if you can get it. Unfortunately, against that, we're not throwing the hand there. Oh, it would have been safe. Tenpai if the 6 passes. For a 10 though.
Sumo.
Ugh, alas. This is a good start, though. We'll hold off a turn for the dragon, but we'll probably play that next if we don't get any help. Dragon into dragon. Nice. Okay, so we got Medora close weight sorted. Have a double run. We're technically 1 from Tenpai. If we pair the 9 or the 8, we have it. I mean, we have it with other things as well, but 9 dot weight wouldn't be a bad one, but again, we've got to get somebody to deal into it. And I perhaps prefer the Pinfu side of things. Riichi Pinfu Dora 1 would be far more ideal. That being said, other ways we could potentially do it here. Okay. So that potentially leans us into Tenhou as well. That's awkward. Right. Come on, 4-man. I could call for Tenpai. Yeah.
Chi.
We'll take a call, Tenhou, to a free. Obviously a middle tile, so it's unlikely to come out of anybody else, but there's always the chance. Oh, always a chance. There we go. Mungan off the leader. Advantage of always being in a position here. So that gap is now massively down, and that is a starting hand that we will take any day of the week. Alright, this is quick, this is aggressive. We are dealer. This is perfect. I think the jam is flowing tonight. At least it's starting flowing now after that win. Not going to take it just yet. And unfortunately gave up the pair of 9s.
Chi.
We'll take that. Either way, we're going to need to pair one of these up, even if it ends up being our weights. So I'm happy to start aggressively calling and force things. Nope. That though's fine. Alright. Double Yaku high weight. Doesn't change anything.
Chi. Dong.
Alright, there we go. It's only cheap, but it was fast, and it moves us that little bit closer. Also, there was some nonsense going on here. Alright, 16 to go. 2 Dora. Because we've got 2 Dora, we'll keep these 2 a bit longer and hope that we can build a pair of those and go, again, bonus tile 2 Dora. Nice. Jam's still flowing well. Alternate option now, we get a 6 and hope to turn this into a Tenhou. There we go. That is what the doctor has ordered. Alright, call to Tenpai. Oh, we would have got it a turn later anyway.
Chi.
Yeah, and again, we'll take the call to Tenpai here. We're dealer, we need to at least show a little bit of aggression, and it'll be worth being in this sort of weight. Let's see if somebody is going to be forced to make that play. Oh, tricky. But I don't think it benefits us to be in that anyway, because we don't have a Yaku. So not tricky at all, really. Might have been potentially a dangerous tile, but knowing where 2 of these are is always a plus when that sort of thing is on the cards. Not right now. Another 9. Trickiest bit for us is if we draw another door, because then we've just got to toss these white dragons.
7
Okay. I'm hoping there's going to be aggressive calls and force them to play their last dragon. Which is always in the hope when you are on this sort of weight. I generally don't like calling for this type either. I like to have a call and definite tempi with both my weights, but again, dealer aggression, sometimes useful. And there's always the chance they're in the walls. It's not impossible.
Chi.
Okay. Nice.
Long.
Yakai Dora 2. And a reasonable lead has been built up. We also have the Dora East symbol in our hand, and if we can get the second one of those rapidly, this is looking swimmingly for us taking the win here. Otherwise, it's a very good pin through hand, and we need to get rid of this now, so yeah, we need to get rid of it now. It's going to be too much trouble to keep. I know it's not a bonus style for these three, but given that we got pin through with one from pin through here, we're just going to go for it like that. Fortunately, not else can do with it really. It's going to be reach pin through or just pin through only. I've got 2 Dora. We don't have to reach for this. 1-4. Oh yeah, we got two Dora. We're dammering. We're also in the lead, so we don't want to risk things. I might have been tempted if we'd have only had the 1, but since we now have 2, yeah. Much more important to prevent us dealing into a Mungan or something like that if something looks dangerous in a little bit.
Home.
And of course I've got 7 winners out there, so
Chi.
now I'm tempted to reach him.
Riichi.
Let's see if he's painted himself into a corner. It could be that he's got a hand, but I think he's on Tenhou only and he's a bit on tilt, so this is me pushing him a little bit. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but if I can calm the table down a bit, it'll make them think defense or
Long.
do that. You see, I don't know whether that was a good idea or not, but either way, we got the Mungan, so... And if not, he should now be massively on tilt. And we hit another bonus tile pair in our hand. Important thing, we're still in South 1. It is still very possible to throw it away from here, so we've got to be a little more sensible. But that felt like a good play. We'll take it. A little more sensible, but I'm not going to deny a bonus tile if I can grab it. And I suppose we push for Chanter. If nothing else, I should look threatening after 3rd win on the bounce. I think they tried to force the Chanter, but it's just, no, don't do that. There was definitely an argument to take that, but if I have 2 cores and I have to play on the defensive, i.e. I draw that white dragon, then things get a little awkward. Mind you, I'm 24 up. Fine. I think I've gone all in on a hand that isn't worth it.
Gong.
Well, we have our shades. If we're playing on Soul, North Star. Again, potential Yaku Haidora 1. At this point, really, these 3 in a battle for not being in last place, and we're just trying to stay above it as much as possible. Being said, if we can pull off another hand, absolutely going to take it. Hello, Mono. We're on something of a rampage here. Potential Sanshku. This could be a finishing hand, actually. Possible Itsu. And if it's the possible Itsu we want to rely on here. We see 2 8s. I don't think the possible Itsu's on, so we're going to go that way. I don't think it's on. I see 2 early 8s. I'm just... no. I'm much more thinking about the Sanshku here. Yeah, this can potentially knock somebody out. We reach. This can potentially just win us the game here. So, because of that, we reach and hope for the Sanshku. If not, reach Pinfudora.
Sumo.
Reach Pinfudora Sanshku. Alright, I've had all my jam for tonight. That is it. And I hit the Orator as well to hit the Baiman. I would prefer to knock somebody out with that, though, admittingly, but I'm not going to complain at 76,000 points.
Home.
There's just full-on jam overflow at this stage. Alright, we'll let them have that. There is practically nothing I'm fearing at this table right now, so we'll just let them play their game. But I've come from last to this lead in basically the dealer turn.
Home. Home. Home.
I'm also only going to take the win off of him or Hirasumo. In the name of trying to finish the game off.
Chi. Dong.
Okay. We gave up a small win on the 5th repeat. Not going to complain at that. Overall, that was a good dealer run. Can't complain. And the flow is still very much with us in terms of just how ridiculous our hands are at this point. And how ridiculous our draws are as a second point. Fortunately, we can't pin through off of our south or Tenhou, but...
Home. Riichi.
Alright, reach across.
Chi.
Oh, good God. I'm trying to fold this. I'm just pointing out. I'm trying to fold this.
Dong.
Oh well. Refin through no order at 2000. Well, plus 60 points, and we are one win close to the third danship then. I'm certain and sure knowledge I've used up all of my luck tonight. Get rid of the 8s because they're likely safer than the 7s, and yeah. Well, that helps. So we potentially got the pin for you back on.
Riichi.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think the 5 dots flying into that reach, in all honesty. I mean, I could go for it, but I'm gonna just... I have no reason to try for it other than to just, you know, diminish my performance thus far, so we're just gonna stay calm, stay silent, and I'll let the game run its course. Waiting on a closed 4, so... But overall, nothing for us to worry about.
Home.
Alright, more dealer attack.
Kang.
And some carnage.
Home.
Yeah, I figured the dot's gonna be dangerous. Alright, sumo's happened. Good hand as well. Alright. South 4.
Home.
Oh, we have 2 safe tiles against Vida if we need them for later. And honestly, we're likely to, because I don't think this hand is really doing a lot for us. And most likely we'd be getting rid of these anyway if there was the progression towards Tenhou. Yeah, so I suppose it's now.
Riichi. Dong.
And that'll be a game. And a Hanneman to end it on. Alright, so we go plus 81 in that game. That puts us up to 490 out of the 800 we need to advance. Let's go for one more game. It probably is going to be the last game I play tonight, in all honesty. But we might play another one after this. Well, we might play this again tomorrow at some point. We shall see. In the meantime, we just got to not finish last and thus undo our win from last game. Honestly, hand looks okay. Yeah, we get rid of this in this end because it's less useful than the other components we got. Possible Sanchku. Definite Tenhou.
C.
Yeah, that means it's half a step closer. It's also in the Sanshikyo range that we want as well. So Sanshikyo Tenhou would be fine. Red was an awkward draw, but fine.
C. Riichi.
Well, I can play directly safe against that, but I'm not going to. We'll risk it. Readings. That's a pain. It's an early CG. I don't think he's on a Manzu weight. He's played a 3 as well. He's played 1, 2, and 3 actually, so...
Dong.
Okay. That is fine. That wasn't us. Also just got to bear in wind first, because I always do that.
Home.
And it's always a mistake. Okay. Oh, we have another Sanshikyo possibility. Not sure we're going to go for it, but...
Riichi.
Oh, we got some fast reaches against us here. Alright, thankfully 2 safe tiles. Yeah, I think we're folding. So we know what all the frees are, so 2-1 should be safe unless it's an obscure way. Red Dragon's been played against both.
Dong.
Okay, dealer deals in. So that pushes us without a lot of effort into second. And I'll usually take second. Okay. If I get one more pair of these, I'm going to force something. I don't know what I'm going to force, but we'll force something. Alright, Sozu Honitsu it is then.
Home.
Won't go nuts, but we'll at least do the prep work for it. See if we can get rid of these incidentally. Maybe not. Alright, so it's looking like it's just going to be an East only, Dragon only to become dealer. Which in most cases I'll take.
C.
So Sozu Honitsu is certainly what it looks like we're going for. Unfortunate, but hey. So having a 7 zone might make it out because obviously one's just been played, but...
Home.
Well, that'll do. 4-7 it is then. Oh, another a late Dora. Alright, gonna risk it. We played one early, which thankfully was instead for making sure that went in.
Home.
Let's say we're giving some info up there. This might not be worth trying anymore.
Home.
Yeah, I think I've bungled the end of this.
Long.
I mean, it passed, but... And at least we're not going to fall into last place very easily now. But yeah, I think we balls that up, really. I should have given up on the hand a lot sooner than I did. Especially given the situation where I don't need to necessarily do anything. I can afford to just sit here. Take the second place, grab a few extra ranking points. That is progression. There was an outside chance for Sanchikyu. I'm going to ignore it, though. We have a couple of pairs in the terminals anyway, so... Okay. Oh, now what? Because I was thinking 7 pairs for all of about 2 seconds there, but I think we get rid of a 9s here. Get rid of 9s, potentially get rid of the 1s, see what happens. Because I really want to knock this guy off the dealer position, but if he's in this kind of a rampage, equally that could help me by just allowing wins to come from elsewhere. Especially with that kind of thing happening. Alright. Nothing to... Well, actually, we've got the West for the moment. West directly safe, then we've got the 1s who can play most likely based on his last discard, but not guaranteed.
Home.
That's the sort of feel of a desperation push, so we're going to let him go for it for a shorthand. He might have it. Well, no, he doesn't. We see 2 Hatsu already, so... Let's see, 2 Haku, sorry. So he doesn't have the bonus triplet, so it is literally just an attack only. Probably for Tanyo, based on everything, so... Yeah. No 8 dots should be fine. Might have to risk the south next. If we don't get any help. Indeed, for the moment. Alright, safe tile given. You missed me on my absolute rampage, though. First game I had an absolute monster of a game. Alright, so 2 and 4 are both safe. South's also safe, actually. That got proven a while ago. I would have risked it had I not had safe tiles turn up, because one had already been played, but there was always the chance it wasn't actually as safe as I thought. We're actually 1 from Tenpai here. 7 gives us Tenpai.
Sumo.
Easy Sumos, though. So we're going to fall below our starting value, which is the only points we've given him thus far. And also we have another dealer. Another Manga Sumo ends the game, I think. Anyway. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a bunch of tiles. Let's play this one. So potentially have Red Dragon, 1 Dora. Gonna throw the middle 6 now. There's a temptation to keep it, but I could have thrown the 9 out actually. 9 dot's the least useful tile in this set. We might call the second one, but now we've got to worry about falling into 3rd place, which wouldn't be the end of the world. We just wouldn't gain anything from it. This game would be effectively a waste. Still. Hatsu.
Riichi.
Okay, reach from last place. We got a safe tile for the start of that, and then we'll see what we can do. I mean, in all honesty, we probably have a bunch of safe tiles against it, but I really don't want to deal into this now, so we're going to play our reds out. Nine was the tile I was probably going to risk after this point, in all honesty, so we're looking okay for this.
Sumo.
Well, that puts him back in the game. It also makes last place more of a risk for us, really. So we can do with getting something out of this hand. And we've had a strong start.
Home.
Which we need to capitalize on here, so absolutely no hesitation here. Got our pair. 6 dot for a 3-sided weight for double ton. I mean, I could take the Tenpai on the 7 dot, but I think that's a bad weight, so we'll avoid that. Yeah. We should be able to improve this. Oh, no idea. I've not heard from him in a while. I'm fairly certain he's on Discord. I'm tempted to change that up, but I'm going to stick to the Senpai for the time being. Alright, there we go. It's a 7... Actually, that's a worse Senpai. That was a silly idea. That was me not paying attention to the table. Could have got to my 2 so's with that one as well. Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone's playing the 7, so... 1-4 though can happen.
Boom. Sumo.
Okay, we fall to third then. 3 hands to go. Well, actually, no, all the south to go. Sorry. And again, we built that wrong. That was on us. Oh, no help there. The important thing is we are now in danger of obviously a half-decent hand from the player across from us, putting us into last place. Well, if they were sumo now, it wouldn't be so bad, because obviously they hit more points off the dealer, but that is the concern I have at the moment. Alright, looks like a Tanya rush. We also have 5 pairs. And free man has just been played, so we're going to play that out next, because it's our most risky tile. Maybe we won't. We'll play the 7, because that is definitely safe across from us. As is white, but we'll hold off for that for the moment.
Sumo.
Alright, reaching sumo, so we should fall to third again. But this is not ideal. This is exactly the situation where you can just fall into last place. Without doing anything wrong as well, which is the other slight annoyance of it. Not that I've done things wrong in this hand up to this point, but you know. Point stands. White dragon. Need to fill in some of these gaps. And, you know, not make new gaps. For all the flow we had in the last half of the first game, we just got none of it right now.
Boom.
Alright, we're getting rid of our pair of Norths. We're not exactly folding, but we are preemptively getting out of things. Have hit door at 3 though. Which would be awesome if our hand was anywhere near in a shape to accept door at 3 right now. Door of 4. What are you doing to me, game? What are you doing to me? 2 from tempo. Yeah. Close up the weight. Toss a 5, maybe? Or close up weight, toss something over there. $8 doesn't help. So we draw 8, we got to get rid of the 2-3, I think. Goodness knows what I do in this situation. Reach door of 4 coming up. Fortunately, can't take that because I unfortunately have a 9 in my hand, so Tenhou is a problem.
Chi. Riichi.
Reach door of 4 it is. 3-6. We have to try for it because this is ultimately a comeback hand. Half Suji. Six dots stay in tempo. Oh!
Gong.
There we go. Reach draw 5. Mahjong. And that puts us back into second. And arguably we do have a shot at the lead, although it's a long one. We need a direct hit and also for this hand to suddenly blossom into something quite amazing. It looks quick, it's just not very valuable, even if we get the double south. I'll keep the red dragon a turn just on the off chance. Because Sananko would be a nice upgrade. Don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. One more turn on the red. We're out of non-Mahjong range, and neither of these are going to be dealer again, non-dealer Mahjong. So, yeah. I think we cut the 9-8 at this point. If we have a definitely obvious hand, we might as well keep on it when we're trying to potentially bluff things later.
Riichi.
Yeah, bluffing's out the window now. Just try and play safe against the dealer. The 8 should be safe, so we'll play them. Sixes are definitely safe now. We're being given a lot of help by you, gotta be honest. Unfortunately, White Dragon is not helpful in any situation right now, so we're going to play 6-dot.
Sumo.
Alright, Sumo doesn't really change anything for us here, except possibly bring other people closer to death. Point difference shouldn't make a difference. That was a dealer Hanneman, by the way. And we got a strong start again. What that does mean is I think it's near impossible for us to take the lead now, unless we were to do it in two massive hands, which this doesn't look like it's going to be at the moment. But you never know. All right, so. One run down. Pinfu's looking on. Six dot for a free-sided Pinfu weight. And honestly, Pinfu to become dealer is absolutely fine for us in this situation because it just secures things. We know that's safe. We're just going to play that out. Red 5. Oh, welcome to Chance in Hell.
Riichi.
We will reach for this on vague possibilities of things, but 6-9 is not a bad weight to be on if we're in this sort of situation anyway, so one of each scene, so 6 winners left.
Home.
Alright, there's the potential risk, I guess.
Long.
Yeah, I don't like taking him out at this point because if we do, we finish the secure second. So, as it happens, we didn't have enough points quite for that. So, what do we need to hit him with? We need to hit him with, we need to hit him with a Yakuman. Dealer Yakuman is 48,000 points. So, yeah. We have to go for it. Has to be attempted. The game has literally given us a shot of coming back into this game, so we'll see. That's 10. South 1-1. That's what we need right now. But it's exact points. Hit off somebody else for us to make the comeback. But equally, I can't afford to deal in because, you know, filling in to last place at this point would be terrible. And of course, mathematically, their hands should be much better than mine because I've got all the bad tiles. It's not about whether it's good or bad. This is a shot at coming. This is a shot at the comeback, and it's the only shot at a comeback hand I have. So, I was going to take it always. If this was 7, I'd take it in this situation because Mahjong very situational, and this is a hand that would allow me to come back and actually win if it pulled it off. And you know, I'm all about trying to seek that win. That being said, it's not going to advance any further, so. It's not optimism, it's the fact that if you've got a shot at something, you've got to at least consider it. And honestly, we've considered it. The consideration is, at this point, it can't be done. But at this point, we're everyone accepting the fold out. Good news is it looks as if it's going to go to a draw. Alright, and that's game. We finished second on 0-0. Meaning that overall, we have gained 75 points in the overall rankings at this point. Yep, ignore that. That doesn't mean anything. 0 up to 505 out of the 800 we need for... yeah, 505 out of the 800 we need. So, getting there. Getting there. We're probably going to continue this again tomorrow. I'm going to call it a day for now. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. But that was a good day. Tomorrow might not be as good, gotta be honest. But we'll see. Until then, folks.